Just kidding. You didn't think I'd seriously sound like that, did you? Hello, every wormy, and welcome to yet another educational video about furry fandom species. If it's not your first time watching me, you're probably thinking, Amari, what the heck am I looking at? What are you doing? And the answer is simple. I'm worm. And I'm also the species we'll be talking about today. This is a worm. This is a worm on a string. And this is a worm on a string fursona. Any questions? You're probably asking, why is this a thing? Why is it so popular? How did we get here? Where am I? Am I having a stroke? And the answer is simple. I don't know. And you should probably see a doctor. Okay, so the reality is, I think this is only a popular fursona because of a few simple factors. The worm on a string, also known as the Squirmle, is the embodiment and peak of simplicity. You stare long and hard into its eyes, and you understand immediately. This is a face I can trust. A face I can love. Squirmles are easy to draw, they're expressive, they're silly, and they're so very memeable. Like seriously, just go Google worm on a string memes or Squirmle memes, and it is an entire worm subculture of its own. If something can be memed, it will be memed. If it is memed, it will be turned into a fursona. Remember how Gothfield started as a joke and now every artist has drawn them? And a lot of them have drawn them in ways that I can't show on this program. It's kind of like that. So there isn't much to dissect about the Sona itself. People like it, so now it exists. People with ADHD and LGBT people get really hooked on really weird fads, like Furbies. You have no idea how popular Furbies are, and the furry community is at least 50% LGBT. What is a Squirmle, though? Squirmle is an old toy that is actually purposeless, which makes its rise to fame even more of a meme. It was designed with the same design philosophy as toys like the Pet Rock and Chia Pets. I can sell anything with the right pitch. So Squirmles were pitched as pets, able to do tricks, and marketed towards children who might want pets with parents but didn't want poop in the house. Squirmles can do tricks. People say Squirmles can do tricks. How do you make a worm on a string do tricks? It's just a worm on a string. Well, this promotional video shows a magician. Well, I guess he's not really a magician. He's a wormomancer. I guess he's a wormomancer or squirmlemancer, however you want to pronounce that. He's a squirmlemancer, and he's here to show us some of those tricks.
So whenever you move your hands, that's when he's gonna move. Then as soon as you stop, he stops. If you spread out your fingers, you can get him to weave in and out of your fingers. And you can use, different colors do the exact same thing. Here, watch, we'll get him to jump through a CD, throw him into a cup with a lid. To wake him up, just tap the top. He'll wake up, crawl right back out. Or you can, come on, stop, get back. Come on.
Jesus Christ, you shot him. Oh my god, you shot him. What the f is wrong with you, dude? He was just trying to live his life and now his wife and kids are gonna go hungry.
Now he's really gone. Just kidding.
Alright, so as you might have guessed, someone else is pulling the strings here. Not really, I just wanted to say the pun, he's doing that whole thing himself. But aside from this guy, like, no one can actually do any tricks with these things. But by the time people realized that these toys are in fact pointless, fit only for stimming, they were rebranded as nostalgic toys under the Nostalgia brand, and as cat toys. Speaking of cats, Nyx was in here. Nyx, what are you doing? You can come up on my lap. There you go. Alright. You can't see her, but she's here. You can stay up here for a bit, but I'm gonna be talking, okay? So no pawing at my face. She does that when I laugh too much. If I laugh too much or I laugh too loudly, she'll start pawing at my face. Alright, where was I? But by the time people realized these are pointless toys fit only for stimming, they were rebranded as nostalgic toys under the Nostalgia brand, and as cat toys. Nyx doesn't have a worm on a string yet. Maybe we'll fix that after this. If someone wants to give me like a few bucks on coffee, I'll go buy her a Squirmle, and I'll post some videos of it on TikTok. But anyway, the creator proved it's not the product, it's the way you sell it. How's my business worm sound? Fast forward to now. People asked if they could, and not if they should. So now we have a worm on a string sonas. There isn't actually much to the culture and lore outside of the meme culture itself, but this is about the fursona species. The meme culture itself doesn't really make sense. It's just one of those things where it's like, if you question it, or you start to analyze it, the whole thing falls apart, and it's more fun to not analyze it and just accept a worm. So there isn't that much culture or anything like that to explain. It's really just people like it. Other than it is an open species, so anyone can make one, and this species doesn't have any rules at all because no one really owns the species. I'm thinking about classifying it as its own fandom species, the corporate Sona. And if you want to have a model like this, just like the one I'm using, I put a link in the description to the model that I'm using for this video, and it's free and it's cute, but you should definitely give the owner a few bucks. It is a pretty extensive model in terms of what it can do. Like, look at me. Have you ever seen a worm with boobs this big? No, it's ridiculous. I am the most stacked worm out there. But this is a good quality model and you should throw them a couple of bucks. Anyway, this is one of those things that only exists because of memes. Low skill barriers to draw, and nostalgia. I don't think our friends are going anywhere, but I, for one, embrace our new worm overlords. Now for the final question that I always ask. Did I make my own worm Sona? I don't know, you tell me. So, thank you everyone for watching. If you like this worm-tastic voyage, make sure to like and subscribe. It helps people find my videos, and consider becoming a patron. I have rewards as low as $1, such as early access to my videos, and getting your name on knickknacks in my room. The money will also help me buy more Squirmles, and I guess I'll get Nyx a Squirmle too. Anyway, I'll see you all later. I'm gonna go try to learn how to do the worm. It's a worm on a string. It's a worm on a string. I don't give a dang, it's its own unique thing. It's a worm on a string. Have a good night, everybody.